All right, here's a little Bible trivia for you. What's the one thing Paul said he taught in all the churches? Now, most people will guess something like grace or forgiveness or justification by faith, and those answers might be true, but the question was, what's the one thing Paul said he taught in all the churches? Well, in 1 Corinthians 4:16 and 17, Paul says, I urge you to be imitators of me. That's why I sent Timothy to remind you of my ways in Christ as I teach them everywhere and in every church. Did you catch that? So Paul didn't just teach his words, he taught his ways. He wanted to pass along a way of life, and that required more than just passing along information, as indispensable as information is. And this, I think, is where there's a huge opportunity for Christianity in the West, because we tend to think that learning is about passing along information. But in the kingdom, learning is about formation, it's about becoming new, which is why Paul would often say, imitate me as I imitate Christ. Because when you imitate someone's way of life, you learn something through experience that you cannot learn in any other way. St. Athanasius once said, one cannot possibly understand the teaching of the saints unless one has a pure mind and is trying to imitate their lives. To understand the mind of the sacred writers, one must cleanse their own life and approach the saints by copying their deeds. See, real understanding doesn't come by gaining more info, but by becoming different. And becoming different involves the entirety of oneself. So if you'd be transformed today, then start following Jesus, not just learning more information about him, but doing what he did. And as you do that, you'll experience the grace of God in your life as he's transforming you from the inside out.